For my pep talk this week, I'll cover the following topics: presentations, the final action plan and evaluation plan that's due in session 8. And I want to also remind you that we're shifting gears, so to speak, in session 7 as we move to learning more about data analysis and statistics. So overall, the presentations looked great, folks. I could see that you put in a lot of time and effort on these, and I'm very impressed. You did a great job of motivating the elephant, as we discussed in sessions 4 and sessions 5. I am working on feedback. If you haven't heard from me and you're presenting this week, let me know as soon as possible. Most of you have received feedback from me via email, and I'll send the rubric, grading sheet, and grades as soon as possible. I'm also in the process of grading your second synthesis assignments. You should expect feedback on this day, Tuesday, or Wednesday. So I've had several questions about the final action evaluation plans that are due in session 8. So if you go into Blackboard and go under assignments to the left-hand side and then go and click on this particular assignment, you'll see that it's due in session 8, that each part of it is worth 10 points. You'll have an assignment description, the student learning outcomes as it relates to this particular assignment. I've also posted the action and evaluation workbook that you need to complete for this assignment and submit as a separate link. And then there's also the link to upload the actual assignment. Now, if you recall, in session 4, we went over this assignment in detail, but I just wanted to remind you of how to locate this information. If you go under weekly sessions, and then you go to session 4, which is evaluation strategies, practice and program evaluation, and then you go under session 4 lessons, then lesson 4. There's first a mini lesson that's a PowerPoint that gives you a review of the evaluation plan assignment. I suggest you review that before turning in this particular assignment. Then there are 2 examples that I have listed as for you to refer to for this particular assignment. Now I want to remind you that the evaluation tool that's listed in here, some of you aren't able to access that. That's why I emailed it to you during the week of session 4, but also if you go under that assignments tab, and once again it's assignments and then final action evaluation tools, and then you go to this particular link, the action and evaluation workbook, you'll be able to access that Excel worksheet. Every time I've tried it through this way, it's worked, whereas that other link, for whatever reason, when I keep uploading it doesn't work. And if you're having any problems accessing this, please let me know as soon as possible. In terms of what I'm looking for this assignment, here's one of the examples. I want you to be very detailed about what the actual task is that you're going to be completing, as the student has done, how you're going to be gathering that feedback, and then also who's going to be providing it and when they're going to be providing that particular feedback. Here's another one where it shows you the actual activity and who's going to provide it and when they're going to provide it. Now remember, for this particular timetable for the evaluation part, you're detailing this to me now, but you only really have 5 weeks for the feedback to occur. So keep that in mind when you're talking about who's going to provide it and when they're going to provide that particular feedback. And just for a point of reference to make sure, this is the Excel spreadsheet that I'm talking about that is in Blackboard for you to look over for this particular assignment. Now the other examples I've shown you, those are Word documents, because in the past that's how we've had students turn them in. But what I want you to actually do is complete this, and it's technically a 2-page action plan, and then it has the evaluation plan component. So make sure you fill out each column for each activity that you're going to be doing. Be as specific as possible, and because that's really what I'm looking for, to be able to get a good understanding of how your action plan is going to be carried out. And the same goes for the actual rating of each item, so the evaluation component. Be as specific as you can in this particular area. I've had a couple of people ask me questions about this particular column, column G, degree of engagement. Not at all, somewhat, very so. This is in reference to how engaged the individuals were with with the at your agency with this particular task that you've developed as being part of your action plan. So right now you're providing an estimation of this. You're also moving forward going to be turning in information to me regarding how the progress is going on your action plan. And that you can also find information about that in Blackboard if you go to assignments. And then if you scroll down to action plan evaluation check-ins, which are due in sessions 9, 10, and 11. So what you can do in that respect is just turn this in again to me each time with an update of how things are going. If you have any questions about this assignment, let me know. Once again, it's due in session 8 by that Tuesday at midnight, as always. And then if you have any questions about it, please let me know. Okay, and now I just wanted to give you a quick overview of what we're going to be doing this week in Session 7 and point out a couple of things that I want you to review. Before starting the lessons for this week, I want you to definitely review Abbe-Bader Chapter 3, which is Data Organization and Summary, and then also Monet Chapter 14, which is Data Analysis, Data Prep, and Presentation. This is going to really set up some of the lessons that we're going to be talking about this week. Then if you click on the Step 3 link, you're going to see the lessons. The one here that I've highlighted that says Lesson 1, start here. This is going to give you an overview of the Excel task or skills that you're going to need to be able to do in order to work with Excel to do data analysis, as we're going to be using it for the purposes of this class. So if you're not familiar at all with using Excel for basic data entry, please make sure you start with this lesson. If you email me with questions and it's something I've covered in this lesson, I'm going to point you back to this PowerPoint because it's very detailed. But if you do have a question about one of the steps that's listed in there that it's not clicking for whatever reason, definitely email me about that. I'm also setting up a discussion board within this particular lesson. The reason I'm doing this is because there's a lot of really, really great YouTube videos, websites on descriptive statistics and how to use Excel in order to do that. And sometimes it's great for us to go out and locate different resources that are helpful in our learning. So this is not a requirement, but I think it'll be a great tool for you to use, and I'll open this up for each week as we move forward, and then I'll change it around a little bit once we start using it SPSS. In I believe session 10 we start using SPSS. So what you can do is, if you find a great video or a website that uses Excel to do descriptive statistics, you can post it in this discussion board to share with your colleagues. So I've created 2 separate threads, one's for websites and one's for video links. So don't hesitate if you find a great resource when you're out there looking, if there's something you're not understanding, or if you want to watch another video to help you understand this more, definitely post it and share it with your colleagues in this class, because I think this will be great for you moving forward. For this class, we're using Excel for the first 3 lessons on data analysis, because once you graduate from this particular program and you're out in the social work world, there are going to be times when you're going to need to run descriptive statistics for the agency that you're working for, whether it be for grant purposes or program evaluation. There's a number of reasons you would need to be able to do that. And Excel is something that most agencies will have on the computers that they have on site, whereas SPSS, which we'll be using later in the semester to do some more complicated analysis, is something you actually have to pay for, and outside of the realm of being a grad school student or working for a university, it's rather expensive. So we wanted to give you an understanding of how to use both tools. So that's all I really have for my pep talk this week. Make sure you check those out in the weekly sessions. And once again, let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything you need. And have a great week.